We're bringing back old school tutorial YouTube today. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing this like latex wet smoky eye. I was just feeling really inspired by Slater's new album, Worst Girl in America, and especially inspired by Yes God. That song, such a banger. Anyway, if you want to see how we came to this finished look, then keep on watching. Who up cranking it? This is inspired by Yes God because I just can't get enough of that song right now. I am a little bit scared. No, I'm just nervous. I hate when influencers are like, oh my god, I'm so scared to try this like really run-of-the-mill chocolate chip cookie. It's a chocolate chip cookie, babe. Like, you're fine. I'm just nervous because this is like really out of my comfort zone. And I meant to practice, but I didn't get around to it. So if this looks kind of chopped, I am so sorry. Let's get into this classic tutorial, shall we? Oh, forgot my earrings. So since I want very perfected, like fuller coverage than what I normally go for, we're going to be mixing Phytosurgence Dust and HAUS Labs. This is in the shade 340 medium cool. I'm going to do 2 pumps. Might be a lot. 1.5 pumps to start. Maybe like that much dust. I don't really know. I think a little bit more dust. Dreamed weekend 1 of Coachella with my bestie. We watched Slater's performance. I need her to get her shit together and upgrade the venues or something, add a second night, just anything for Toronto or Montreal. I'll take either, okay? Because that performance was crazy. I really loved watching it. I really enjoyed everything about it. I thought it was a killer performance for 3 p.m. on a Friday, mind you. Yeah. Like, that was crazy. I really loved that performance. So I need her to just like lock in. I'm just gonna paint this on now with my finger. I'm gonna take my Mario F4 brush to blend this all in. Any like dense brush will do. I even have, sometimes I like to blend my foundation with the Real Techniques 204. And this has like a little bit of a flatter top to it. But today I'm using the Makeup by Mario. Since I don't really wear contour or anything like that, I'm going to add the dimension back into my face with the Makeup by Mario. This is the Softsculpt Bronzing and Shaping Serum, and I'm going to use this in the shade Medium Dark. The reason why I'm not using something like the LYS is because I don't want it to be too bronzy. The focus isn't really going to be the skin, so I just want something that's a little bit lighter, so that's why I'm picking the Makeup by Mario. Since this is a little bit of a thinner product, I'm just going to apply it directly to the face. I'm putting it on my forehead. And just at the back of my cheeks. And then I'm gonna add just a little bit of a dot to the top of my nose bridge. I'm going to take the same side of my Makeup by Mario brush to blend this in. I like to use the same brush when I'm blending my bronzer because I find it melts the layers of the foundation and the bronzer together a little bit better because you still have some of the foundation on the brush. So it kind of like mixes everything, makes it blend all seamlessly. This side needs just a touch more. So I'm just gonna add like a little tiny bit. And then to blend the nose, I'm just going to take this little fluffy eyeshadow brush, and I'm just blending the nose into this part of my eyes. Every time I use this Makeup by Mario product, because I don't use it often now, but when I revisit it, I kind of forget how low-key, like, it's a banger of a product. Like, it's actually really beautiful on the skin. And it just blends so beautifully. I fear it might actually be my favorite bronzing product of all time, and I just need to like stop fighting the love for it, because that, wow, that's actually great. I might actually need to like lock in on finishing that product. We're gonna go in with Fume from Phytosurgence. This is the Skin Spark Cream Blush. I wanted something that was a little bit of a cooler pink shade, so that's why I'm using this one. And I'm going to take the KGH brand. This is the number 2 brush. Any dense kind of brush will do. I'm just trying this one out because it's teeny tiny. And I'm going to dip into the product, and I'm just gonna put the excess on the back of my hand because I actually picked up quite a bit. And I'm going to focus this on the back part of my cheeks. I don't think I want anything too rosy on the cheeks itself. And I'm bringing it kind of up to my eye. And I'm gonna start to blend this down like that. And I don't want too much blush either, because again, the focus of this look is going to be the eyes. I think the blush is looking good. If I want to add more later on, we will definitely come back to it. Next, I'm going to take concealer. I want this to be pretty bright. Also, I picked up the Patrick Ta concealer during the Sephora sale. I have 2 shades here. I have medium rosy 4 and medium golden neutral 1. I think what I'm going to do, I haven't tried the golden one, the medium golden neutral under my eyes. I just picked this one up. Yeah, I want to use this one. Okay, so I'm going to take this under my eyes, and I think I'm going to just put like a little dot on my nose and maybe like a little boop boop for some brightening. I don't really know. You know what, maybe I will add, I should have laid down the pink first, but I think I will just add a touch of that right in there to help with a little bit of color correcting. I'm gonna let that sit for a second, just to, you know, set down so it's a little bit more of a fuller coverage. I will say I'm gonna make a separate video talking about that concealer. I do really like it. It's very hydrating under the eyes, but stay tuned. For the brows, I forgot, I really wanted to glue them down and I forgot to buy glue. So we're just gonna do regular old brows in the chat today. KGH brow gel, I'm stocked up probably for the rest of the year. I have a few backups on hand because I really love this brow gel. And I'm just going to comb it. I back comb my brows first, just to make sure I get all the product all up in there. And then I go over and shape my brows after. And I feel like my brows look a little bit ashy right now because I was testing to see maybe I would use a white cream eyeshadow mixed with concealer to maybe bleach them, but that didn't work, so whatever, that's fine. We're gonna come back to the eyebrows after. We're going to blend out the concealer now. I think I want to blend this little guy here. I'm taking a dense concealer brush. This is a KVD brush, the number 35. My, the place where I go to get my eyebrows waxed, they just had this for like $10. And I was like, what the hell? So I picked it up. I was like, why not? Seems like a interesting brush. And I'm really focusing the blend of this concealer on the inner part of my eye, because that's where most of the discoloration is. And then I'm going to take the rest of it and drag it out and down. To go back to the brows, I'm taking the NYX Precision Brow Pencil, and I use the shade Espresso. I don't really go crazy when I fill in my brows. I'm mainly just underlining them a little bit, just lightly shading, just to kind of fill in the base. This adds a nice amount of shape and that depth that you kind of want in your brows, so it gives a nice illusion to fuller brows without having to fill in the full thing. So you can see the difference. Like, this brow immediately looks much fuller than this brow. Now, to lock everything in, I'm going to take the DANESSA MYRICKS Liquid Blurring Balm. You can set your face with a loose powder at this stage. You can set your face with a pressed powder. I like setting my face with the Liquid Blurring Balm, and then I'm going to take a powder puff and press that into the skin. To take my powder puff, and while this is still wet, just lightly press that. This is a more full glam look. I'm also going to bake my under eye. I'm going to take the KIMCHI Puff Puff Pass powder, and I have this in the banana shade. So I'm going to pick up the powder on my powder puff, press it into my hand to take off some of the excess powder, because we don't want all of that under the eye. That will make it a lot more dry looking for me, I find. And I'm going to focus this mainly on the inner parts. I'm not going to take it all the way out. This is the base so far. Now, this is where it's getting a little bit nerve-wracking. I'm going to take my Patrick Ta Major Dimension 3 palette just to start adding some depth to the crease part of my eye. And for that, I'm going to take the same little blending brush that I used before, and I'm going to focus on the cooler row of the palette here. I think I'm going to start building with this shade, work my way up. I think that's what we're going to do. And I need to lock in. So enjoy whatever royalty-free music I found for this. I'm just taking this clean brush when needed to help diffuse the edges. Okay, back to locking in. This is where it's gonna get good. We're going to take the DANESSA MYRICKS ColorFix. This is the matte formula in the shade Blackout. I picked this up on a whim when I was in Toronto. I've been using it lately for winged eyeliner. It works great for that. Today, we're using it all over the lid. So I'm just going to squeeze a little bit on the back of my hand, and I'm going to take, this is a Sephora eyeshadow brush. I feel like any brush really would do for something like this. And I'm just going to paint it on. looks so sick. Okay, and I'm going to take the same fluffy brush just to kind of help blend out the edges before this dries down. Oh my god. Yeah, this is fucking good. Okay, something went wrong very quickly. I'm gonna go clean this up. Just hold please. I'm going to take this About Face eyeliner to tightline and also to line my waterline. This is the Long Wear gel eyeliner. Into the Void is the shade. We're gonna take the KJH brand Hyper Shine to add like a glossiness to this. And I think what I might do is I might mix it with this just to make sure that I keep as much like black pigment as possible, because I know it's going to break down the look. So I just want to like really get some form of like, I just want to make sure that the intensity of the black stays. So I definitely put way too much of the DANESSA MYRICKS, whatever. And we're going to do a pump-ish of the Hyper Shine. And I'm going to take just a flat little eyeshadow brush, like a packing brush. And I'm going to mix those together. And I'm just going to focus this on the lid. I'm not going to bring it up any higher. Oh my god, this is so fucking sick. Okay. Hey, editing Sierra here. Obviously hindsight is 2020. I should have, and this is a PSA to anybody that tries this, finishing touches, okay, like mascara, lips, everything, do the liquid latex technique thing after. Like when everything's done, that's when you do the liquid. That's this is why I wish I would have practiced, then I would have known. Anyway, I need to move quick because I don't want this to like really break down. I'm gonna take the Charlotte Tilbury mascara, the Exagger-eyes. If you know, you know. I'm gonna do a lot of coats of this on my top and bottom lashes. Okay, for the lips, I'm gonna take some of this KIMCHI powder. I'm gonna take some of it. I just want to take some of the color out of my lips. I'm going to take KJH brand, the Sculpture in Chisel. NARS. This is the Audacious, or I don't know why I think it's always Audacious. The Explicit lipstick, and I have the shade Exposed. My eyes are not my friends right now. They don't like this. They don't like this look at all. Okay. I'm so sorry. I really need to move quickly right now. Whew. I'm gonna take some more of the kimchi powder. Because I want this lip to be matte. And that's a Satin formula. Turned it a little bit peachier than what I would have liked. And I'm going to go back over with... Fuck, what did I just do with it? Chisel. Just to bring a little bit more definition. Okay, now to melt all of this powder together and to lock everything in, I'm going to take the One Size powder melts. Wonder if I would be able to like effectively clean up that top part. But I'm scared to try. I'm gonna take a Q-tip and I'm gonna try. Okay, yeah, that worked. I just realized how crazy my hair looks right now. It's definitely a lot better. Okay, let me... That's the finished look, friends. What do we think? Yeah. And of course, like the whole allure too of this like wet eye is the fact that it is gonna get messy. And it's gonna break down and the look of it is gonna change. Okay, well, I'm gonna go take pictures for the gram now. That's the final look. Thank you so much for joining me today on creating this really hot makeup inspired by Yes God from Slater. If you haven't already, listen to Worst Girl in America because it's album of the summer, album of the year. Thank you so much, Miss Slater. Yeah. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you want to see more from me. Thumbs up this video if you liked it. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye! I stay straight, I stay bent, I keep my finger on the trigger. Yeah, this is really good.